Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Jetstream podcast. I'm your host, Anton Kreening, joined, as always, by co-host Graham Shingleton. Graham, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You need some more energy in that, though.
Do I?
Hello, everybody, and
Low
welcome
vibes, man.
to
Low
episode
vibes.
22. Okay,
Low
sorry.
vibes after getting absolutely smacked by the Philadelphia Flyers. Not only are we going to miss just be shy of playoffs, but in fashion too. Horrible, horrible game. But I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah, and I've got a couple of reasons why. One, this is my victory lap because my one good prediction of the entire season happened in the last 15 games, and it was that we are going to make a run for the playoffs, fall 1 or 2 points short, and get a 16th or 17th overall draft pick instead of getting a top 5. Now, on the flip side, we have now finally seen a lot of youth into the lineup, albeit with only 3 games left in the season. Snaps for Chevy, big decisions, baby. But other than that, that's all I got. I'm doing my victory lap on my take, although it sucks. I am happy to see young guys get in the lineup and some do very well in the role. I'm looking a little bit scragamuffin-like, so I apologize to all of our 10 viewers for that, but I'm feeling good. I may not look good, but I'm feeling good. Breaks, you look very country over there. How are you feeling?
Can't complain. Tired.
From what?
Life, you know,
Got you down?
gearing up for an Oilers playoff push. So,
Fuck, man.
gotta get lots of rest.
I would hate to be gearing up for a playoff push right now. I would hate
That
it.
would suck.
Clinched
That would
with a
suck.
capital IN.
Brutal.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Woo!
We took out Seattle for you, so props to us.
Speaking of, oh my God, sorry, I almost just died there for 1 second. Wanted to give a very quick shout out to, actually, this is probably a little bit premature, but before we get going, want to give a shout out to Brad Lambert, who has, I don't want to say reminding me of McDavid, but he is reminding me of McDavid. You know, it's just like that guy comes into the
Yeah.
lineup, you know, the skill, the goal scoring ability. I gave up on
I was
him.
going to say Lambert's got a bit of a better shot, but pretty much on par with Devo otherwise.
It's like he's got Kucherov's vision, McKinnon's gallop, McDavid's skill with like line A shot. I gave up on him and I apologize. Brad Lambert, I was not familiar with your game. You do need to get some bigger shin pads because you look like you're going to break in half out there. But congratulations on becoming our top prospect again. Woo! Before we get going.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that you guys traded for Isaac Rosane and then
Excuse me?
inserted.
Excuse me?
No. Whatever. And then inserted Lambert into the lineup with him, and then just realized that you got a worse Brad Lambert. So, yeah, I mean, Rosane's still a good prospect, but you guys are just hiding Lambert in the minors, and then you finally bring him up. And you
Shut
realize
up,
actually how good he
man.
is.
Shut up.
Diamond in the rough. Better than Kyle Connor.
Who?
It's not
Brad Lambert.
Okay, I'm ready to give him
It's
it.
not Roseanne's fault. We stuck him with Johnny T and Nyquist for like his last little bit of the season.
Buddy, I think personally, actually, I can't even say this because honestly, Taves has actually been quite good since finally being reduced to a third line, fourth line role. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there for all of our 10 viewers again. However, I think if I was Isaac Rosean, I think I'd be requesting a trade. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm being completely honest. I mean, this guy gets a big break, finally gets to the fucking big leagues. Hey, bud, congrats. Here's 75 game, 1 goal, 9 assists, Gustav Nyquist. And here's 2-year ayahuasca retreat removed, Jonathan Taves. Have at her, bud. Good luck in the bigs.
Okay, well, if we're gonna start talking about it, I will say like the last few games, I mean, him on the fourth line with like Koepke, was it Koepke and Taves on the fourth line together? They were actually really good the past few games. They had a lot of offensive chances, not so much against the Philadelphia Flyers, but nobody did. But like that Cole Koepke is actually so good at hockey. He's looked unbelievable the last 2 games. Like our best player that isn't on the first line named Scheifele and Connor. Like, he is unbelievable.
I'm going to do
Yeah, you're
some
nodding your head.
reverse psychology here because, well, actually, one thing to prove a point before I get going is that to tell you how bad my predictions are. So Connor Hellebuyck has, I believe, now started 21 of our last 23 games. Woo-wee! So that prediction of Eric Comrie playing more games this year was pretty much kiss goodbye at week 2. So I apologize to, again, all of our 10 viewers for that. However, I'm going to do some reverse psychology here and say that I hope we sign Cole Koepke and not Gustav Nyquist. But in me saying that, we're going to sign Gustav Nyquist and not Cole Koepke.
Fuck.
However, the fact that I'm now explaining my reverse psychology means we're going to do the latter. So, snaps and
Nice,
claps, Graham has just signed Cole Koepke to a 2-year, $1.5 deal per fantastic fourth liner, our best signing of the year. Very happy with his
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad you're finishing positively, because I was gonna say, when you were giving yourself snaps, like, it's funny how you started off the season being Mr. Positivity, and then at the end your prediction was, yeah, we're gonna just miss the playoffs by a few points, and then you ended up being right.
Yep.
Now it's sort of flipped, where I was really hoping we would make the playoffs, man. I really thought we would actually do it. It's too bad the way it happened. Like, did it really have to go down like that? That game was not even fucking close, man.
Yes.
Holy, Connor Hellebuyck looked horrible in that game. He looked like he was done.
And this is another thing, and I say this because I don't know how much this podcast has outreach. Whether this reaches Kevin Cheveldayoff or Mark Chipman alike, I apologize in advance for what I'm about to say.
He might be one of them, man.
That game and that showing in a do or die last Saturday night game of the year is absolutely catastrophic for this team. And that is there's 3 actually main reasons why. 1, not only your head coach coming out after the game saying we weren't ready for the moment or we weren't ready for the game in a do or die for the playoffs is one of the most outrageous things I've ever heard in my life. If you were an NHL head coach and you can't get your team ready for a do or die game, that is unbelievable. My second point, building off of that, if that head coach is able to say that to the media, it means that A, he either doesn't have a full grasp of like what his job is as a head coach, because in the NHL is 99.9999999% of the time know what they're doing. As a head coach, you are there to offer motivation, leadership, and be the guy that gets them ready. That's I mean, of course there's other things, but that is the main thing you do as a head coach. And 3, the reason why both of those things happened is because there is so much loyalty and boys club mentality on the team. It's unbelievable, man. Like, the fact that they could not make the decision earlier on in the year to, as shitty as it sounds, to tank is because this team is happy with just getting into the playoffs. Like, sure, if they go far, that's great. But it's like, the reason why we didn't tank is because I'm sure True North knows that, everyone's going to be pissed off if we suck again. But it's like, which fan base wants to just barely make the playoffs and then get shit on every single year in the playoffs? And how is that a recipe for success? And again, for how good the drafting has been from 2011 to 2015, I could name off the guys, but then how much it's dropped off, how Cheveldayoff basically has said, Chipman has basically said about Cheveldayoff, he has a job for life. And how, again, there hasn't been a single sniff, whiff, hiff, or tiff about Scott Arniel getting fired from this team after the drop-off in performance this year. And then him openly coming out and saying we were not ready for that game is blasphemous. 2 snaps for me for word choice, 3 snaps for a great rant, and 4 snaps for I need you guys to tell me what your thoughts are.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I think I like Scott Arniel. I think, he had a great year with the team last year. I'm I'm sure he's a great guy, and I don't want to call for someone to get fired, but I want to call for someone to get fired, and I want him to be the guy. His choices this year were, like you just said, blasphemous. I think Chevy, like you were talking about, how the decision wasn't to tank. I mean, borderline was. That was kind of our tank, the moves that he made at the deadline, saying like Lambert's going to finish out the season, Salomonson's going to finish out the season. I think I still believe in him. I think he made some good moves at the deadline, but Scott Arniel, horrible, horrible, horrible season, and I think is a big reason why we weren't the President's Trophy winning team that we were this year. Just the fact that finishing out the year too, like, you know, just the lineup decisions that he was making and stuff, and not calling guys up, like not putting Lambert on that first line or giving other guys chances with Scheifele and Connor, like, and not splitting them up, like, and then just what you said, the cherry on fucking top with those comments after the game. It's like, how many of those has he had this year? Like 5, where he's like calling out the team and blaming the team, and it's like, man, at some point you have to take some accountability for yourself. Yeah, no, 100%. I
The
don't
Jets
know.
could do the
Bricks, yeah.
funniest thing ever and fire O'Neill after tonight's game and hire Bruce Cassidy as our next head coach with 1 game remaining in the
Couple
year.
snaps for you. That's a great take.
That is,
I love it.
that is.
I love it.
I would love it. 1 game left in the year, fire the coach, hire a new one.
I would love that,
Yeah.
honestly.
That'd be a good move.
Again, I'm sure he's a great guy. But yeah, like, I'm sorry.
There
I
were
want him
just
gone.
Time is up.
so many decisions that shot us in the foot this year. So many lineup calls, so many people not getting called up, refusing to split up Scheifele and Connor. Basically, the only change to that line he made all year was putting fucking Iafallo on that line. Which, I mean, like, sure, anybody on that line is going to be better and going to produce because you have 2 of the top, and I'll call it differently than, well, actually, it's kind of good timing. Breakout is left because I was going to say 2 of the top 20 players in the NHL, but I'm not going to say that. 2 of the top 50 players in the NHL. I mean, this year, Scheif's playing like a top 10, but, anybody on that line is going to be good. But the fact that his claim to fame was Velarde down, a follow up, second line center Lowry is like blasphemous. And then even towards the end of the year, like he puts Roseanne on that Nyquist-Taves line and he keeps Nyquist playing for God knows how long. And I mean, still, he turned it up at the end of the year, but the fact that Jonathan Taves is going to play, barring anything crazy, a full 82 games and get, I'm pretty sure 5 of his $7 million is insane. I get that, like, I mean, if I'm in that position, I'm probably not H-bombing him either because that's a tough call to make. But, I mean, the fact that, again, it took until whatever it was, 10 games left for us to call up Lambert. Braden Yager, I can see, obviously, like at this point in the year, but he's making his NHL debut with 3 games left tonight. Hopefully he scores a hat trick.
I didn't know that. A couple clicks for him. Excuse me.
But then even like that Jacob Bryson comes in. I mean, didn't do anything crazy, but also wasn't bad at all. He then gets taken out of the lineup for no apparent reason, thrown back in 2 or 3 games later, and we win. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just been so many weird calls and lineup changes. And again, like, and I sound like a broken record because one player doesn't make a team, but it's like, there is just so many better options than Lowry at 2C, Gustav Nyquist on the wing, or fucking getting on power play 1 for that like 3 or 4 games. I don't know, man. There's just so many questionable calls this year. That's like if you can't figure out like how to find combinations and, chemistry in this league, like you should not be an NHL head coach. I mean, I think it bit us in the butt a lot. I also don't think that we had like I think there was obviously a big talent fall off from last year to this year. So guys just not playing as well as they did. Some injuries, of course. But yeah, I mean, like you've got to show better than changing one line basically all year, right? And then just throwing together a bottom 6 of old guys with young guys trying to break in the league. And yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm going to sour ring.
I think just to your point, like, maybe it was a blessing in disguise getting the absolute shit kicked out of us by Philly. I think if there were 2 games in the past, like since we've talked last in the past couple of weeks, that show like we are not ready for this and we are not a playoff team, is that game against Philly, and then the game against Dallas was one I want to talk about. We got absolutely worked by them too. And when I was watching that game, it's like, man, there is not a chicken dicks chance we are going to make it far in the playoffs. Even if we somehow, like, hope and a prayer squeaked by the President's Trophy winning Colorado Avalanche somehow, and then we have to play Dallas in the next round, there's just, or Minnesota for that matter, like there was just no hope for us to make it far in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm maybe a blessing in disguise, but I don't know. Just wanted to bring up that Dallas game because
I
it was horrible.
I certainly hope now that, I mean, I don't know if we go, because again, I don't have the full bottom to top standings, but we're sitting at 82 points. Sharks at 82, then there's 3 below them. Bucks. So there's
You
like
want like
5
overall standings?
Yeah, like where are the Jets? Are we sitting like what, 20?
So Vancouver, you're 23rd.
Third, okay. So I guess that gives us a top 10 with a chance to move up, but
still not bad.
Hey. The Islanders moved up from 10 last year to 1 to draft Schaefer.
So you're saying there's a chance?
So you're saying this?
I think I take back everything I just said. What if this is true North brilliance, putting us into 10th last to get the first overall pick? Holy shit. Snaps to true North, man. Nice.
The thing is, man, we're still making a playoff push right now. We're still going to try and squeak into that last spot.
Well, I mean, I think the addition of Jäger tonight,
is Chibrikov playing tonight too?
I don't think so. I know that they were, well, according to O'Neill. I love Murat Atesh, by the way, and the reason I say that is because like half my information comes from him.
Yeah, Chibrikov and Jäger are both playing tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Connor, Scheifele, Velarde, Perfetti, Lowry, Lambert, Niederreiter, Jäger, Chibrikov, Rosine, Taves, Kepke.
Wow. So
honestly,
that like 80 games.
Yeah, might be our best lineup we've put forth this year. We are going to absolutely steamroll them too.
Could you imagine, man?
100%.
I would love that.
Vegas tonight.
I would love that.
But yeah, sorry. Where I was going with that, just kidding. Where was I going with that? What was I talking about? Fuck.
So Pionk out of the lineup, Miller in.
Thank you. I know you didn't even need to remind me there, but you did. Murat Atesh said in his, I guess he interviewed O'Neill today, and Nemestikov's out, Pionk's out, and then there was one more. But he basically had said, I mean, Vladdy came back, 4 or 5 games ago. Pionk came back 6 games ago, which again shows, Nino shows you the delusion of the team. But O'Neill said that they basically brought those guys back at 50 to 60% healthy to try to make a playoff run. And that's why they're sitting out for the rest of the season, basically now, because they're still injured. But he brought them back at 50 to 60% to try to make a playoff push. And then something I didn't even notice until yesterday, I didn't know until about 2 days ago, is that Barron injury I told you about. I thought it was due to the whole Manson thing. I thought maybe like he came back from concussion protocol and then, it was just kind of precautionary. Dude, it was a lower body injury. Like a whole nother fucking injury to him, which is just
in the Columbus
brutal.
game.
Yeah.
So
that's just
as soon as that happened, I knew that was just another thing that happened to us. That is like without him, like we're not even gonna sniff a playoff push. But yeah.
But anyway, I thought that was absolutely insane. That with whatever it was, 10 or less games to go, you bring back those guys at 50 to 60% health to try to make a playoff push when your first round matchup is Dallas or Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this in the defense of the Jets, a gallant effort from us. I mean, one of the top teams in the league since December. I mean, we've had a really, really good past month of hockey if you look at it from a win-loss perspective. Like, we did make quite the push to make the playoffs. It was just too little, too late.
I guess,
so, I mean, not a bad push, but yeah, I mean, crazy to bring those guys back at 50 to 60%. Pionk, I understand, but Nemestikov, you could have left him out of the lineup anyways.
I know.
He wasn't going to help us at 100% anyways. You could have just left him out. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if we had anything more to touch on with the Winnipeg Jets, but I mean, at least it was fun to watch throughout the past few months here, and a playoff push. And we still have a half decent draft pick and stuff too. Is it where we wanted to end up? No, probably would have liked to have been a little bit lower, but I mean, made these last few games of hockey kind of fun to watch. So even if we knew the outcome was going to be us getting smacked by Colorado in the first round if we did make the playoffs, but
I guess.
I don't know.
It's also, like, again, so funny, like what you had mentioned, I guess kind of what you had mentioned about fun hockey in the last month and a half. I'm pretty sure Murat also said before that St. Louis game on the 9th, I think it was, us and the Blues had the best record in the Western Conference
Yeah.
over the last, like, whatever it was, 16 games or something like that, which is
Yeah.
like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Crazy. It's not because we suddenly just became a good hockey team.
Yeah.
Like, we were just squeaking out games somehow. And I don't know, maybe it was just other teams didn't care as much or weren't making up the same push we were. So
Yeah.
giving up games to us. I'm sure that's what it was with Colorado. No way we actually beat those guys.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
Colorado's been, like, kind of stumbling over the last little while. And then actually, well, scary thing too, do you see what happened to Bednar in that Vegas game the other night?
Yeah. Got a puck to the head.
Yeah, like facial fractures and something like that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I feel bad for him.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like I said, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, we squeaked out the games in Colorado, but I mean, the two games that like just cemented us not making it were Philly and then Dallas. And so I guess if we want to segue into the Oilers, I'd be scared to play Dallas. I'd be scared to play Dallas, man. They looked really, really good in that game. So I don't know. Let's get into Oilers talk. Breaks, how are you feeling? Just got your spot in the playoffs not too long ago. Draisaitl, Hyman skating again. Good couple of weeks, I think, or good few weeks since we last
Not
spoke.
horrible.
He's been injured?
Yeah, he's been injured for 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't know.
It's just like precautionary reasons. They said if it was playoffs, he'd be playing, but since it's not, he's not. Yeah. Excited. We got Colorado tonight, Vancouver on Thursday. Hopefully we can kind of play good against Colorado tonight, like a playoff matchup type thing, and get us ready for the playoffs. And then Vancouver, I don't even know if McDavid and them are going to dress if seeds are set and stuff, but we need some help from the Jets tonight to beat Vegas. And then if we can get a big win tonight, then hopefully be in contention for the Pacific one. But we're sitting 1 point behind Vegas right now, I think.
If
Tied
you
with
get
Anaheim.
If you get Pacific 1,
We get Utah first round.
Oh, okay. But
And
that
then
what is, I guess, obviously first in the conference, not division, gives you
first in the conference,
home.
which is Colorado, will get the second wild card spot.
No, I'm
which would
talking
probably be
home
LA.
ice. Like, do you get any? You obviously get home ice advantage around 1, but then you wouldn't get
And
it throughout
round 2.
playoffs, right?
And round 2.
Okay.
So if Edmonton finishes first, and let's say they play Utah and win, and then Vegas plays Anaheim and wins, then second round we would get home ice against Vegas, and then the next round, as long as anyone in the top 3 in the Central would have more points than the Oilers, so
Okay.
they would get home ice in the conference final. So
Okay.
yeah, so a couple things. Ike Howard's up with the Oilers right now. He's got 46 points in 43 games with Bakersfield this year since he got sent down, like 23 goals, 23 assists or something.
Not bad.
So that's looking good. He's playing on a line with Nuge and Roslovic tonight, so maybe he inserts himself in the lineup for the playoffs. I just read a stat, screenshotted it. Colton Dach has recorded 18 hits since returning to the lineup from injury on the 7th. So it's the second most hits by any player in the league to that date. So that has been 4 games. 18 hits in 4 games. Loving that going into the playoffs. I remember Hyman last year, he set the record for most hits in the postseason. He was on fire. Also, Colton Dach scored his first goal. So
did I ask you if he's a big kid? I say kid. He's probably my age. Big boy.
Yeah, he's tall. He's not like his brother. His brother was more the skilled, like top line guy, where he's more of like a Kachuk kind of thing, like where he's like more out forwardish.
Yeah.
So that's looking up. Dickinson's hurt right now, which is kind of shitty. Hopefully he's back for the playoffs. I've been loving the Murphy edition. He's been really good. He's physical, walking shots like crazy.
He's scored a couple too, hasn't he?
Yeah, a couple great goals, but they win it.
Hey.
But that's not what he's there for. We got Bacardi Boosh with 91 points for that.
Norris.
He wins the Norris. That's pretty comical.
Nah.
So
that
I was kind of looking on my way to work.
Defenseman in the NHL.
I was kind of looking on my way to work this morning. Do you think it's more likely for McDavid to hit 90 assists, which he is?
He's 3 away.
86.
Sorry, 4 away.
Yeah, he's 4 away. Or 50 goals. He's got 47
assists.
Or does he get 50 goals and 90 assists?
I wouldn't put it past him.
He needs 7 points in his last 2 games.
I wouldn't put it past him. He plays Vancouver. If he gets 2 tonight and then he plays Vancouver.
Yeah, if he plays. But I think, like you just said, they're going to sit him. They'll rest him up.
He did have a great 5-point night against
the Sharks.
San Jose.
That was so dumb, man. That was like men
two of his goals
boys.
2 of his goals were just greasers though. Like the one coast to coast was nice. Or no, that might have been the Utah game.
No, his Costa he came outside of the zone and then beat fucking both their defensemen wide.
Yeah, his first goal was shot on net, and then he got the rebound and just tapped it in.
Yeah,
and then his third goal was he tried to pass it to Roslovic and it went off the defenseman through Nedeljkovic's 5-hole.
Gotta be good to get lucky.
Also, I was watching that game, and I think it was 5-2 at the time or 4-2 at the time. I looked up at the shots, and the shots were 11-2. Or 11-4, and the game was 4-2. I'm Nedeljkovic has let in 4 goals on 11 shots, and Ingram let in 2 goals on 4 shots. I'm this is historically bad goaltending, but the Sharks ended up taking it. The Sharks had 14 shots, and then the Oilers had 26, so it ended up not being too bad. But yeah, I was not great goaltending, but we'll take a win when we can. You guys got anything on the Oilers?
Just Hart and Norris talk for me. What are your predictions for that? You actually don't think Bouchard will win the Norris?
I think McDavid wins the Hart, but Bouchard does not win the Norris. I think Dahlin, Makar, and Werenski should be 3 finalists for the Norris.
Hopefully this makes sense. I think Bouchard deserves the Norris less than McDavid deserves the Hart. However, I think Bouchard will win the Norris and McDavid will not win the Hart.
Yeah, I also think that. I think Kucherov will win the Hart, and I think Werenski will probably win the Norris. So I guess I think they'll both lose actually. So I disagree with you, but
yeah, I don't know. Kucherov had an unbelievable 50 game stretch there, from January to the end of March. Was insane, but I don't know what McDavid's doing, especially without Draisaitl in the lineup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You got yeah. I think McDavid. It's gonna be McDavid, Kucherov, McKinnon probably top 3. I don't think Celebrini will get a nomination just because, or a finalist, just if they don't make the playoffs. I think Celebrini. To be honest, if I was a voter, I'd give it to Celebrini over anyone.
Yeah.
He's got double the points of anyone on his team. He's got the most 3-point games he's had an unbelievable season. So future Oiler.
There should be discourse had over this, which I'm sure makes a lot of sense and you guys would probably agree with. And I think that these awards are so dumb.
Yep.
But I think that they're also a good thing because yes, sometimes they recognize players that deserve it. However, I also think that I don't really know how to put it, but it is so clear that Cale Makar is the best defenseman in the NHL and Connor McDavid is the best player in the NHL, why it feels like they can't like win the awards every single year because it has to be someone different, or McDavid can't win it 10 years in a row. Why fucking not? Like,
I wish
why
it would be
not?
more like the what is it, the Ted Lindsay, where like the players would just vote on like every single award. I would love to see
Yeah.
that as opposed to like the league deciding what's best for marketing purposes, like because that's sort
Yeah.
of what it is
Yeah.
now.
And I mean, especially with it now too, like for anybody who wants to, disparage it, if that's the right word, I truly in my heart of hearts believe that the Norris is the most offensive defenseman award. And I mean, it's basically been proven in case for the last 4 or 5 years. And if that's the case, then, you've got a Selke, which is defensive forward. Why not have offensive defenseman and defensive defenseman awards?
Yeah,
And then same with
that's a great point.
goaltending, you've got, what is it called? The Vezina. Like that, I mean, you can have a goalie that, has the most shutouts but doesn't have the best goals against average, or, XYZ doesn't face the most shots but this. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like with that, you can really only have one award because there really is only one best goaltender every year. But if you technically have a most offensive forward, which 9 times out of 10, like if Kucherov only had 90 points, but like, his value was the same as McDavid's, but McDavid had 140, McDavid's going to win that award. It's a lot of it point-based. But if you're within 5 to 10 points, obviously it makes sense to go with a Kucherov over McDavid. But because you have that defensive forward award, why not have an offensive defenseman and a defensive defenseman award? That makes so much more sense. And it showcases 2 players every year compared to just one defenseman. Whereas if you want, give the offensive to Cale Makar every year, and then give the defensive to fucking Jacob Slavin, Charlie McAvoy, Brock Faber, people like that who deserve it for their defensive play, if you will. So that's my kind of tangent on that. But I also think that, like, easily year in, year out, Connor McDavid and Cale Makar could win both those awards regardless of anything. And I think that it sucks that they don't get that hardware because it's like kind of like you said, a marketing thing. And whichever player is good that year, they choose that guy. So anyway.
Yeah, I guess part of the problem would be like, how would you decide who the best defensive defenseman is, like just off plus minus alone and how many hits they've thrown and stuff like that? I mean,
it would be pass
again,
breakups.
I'm sure you could kind of
like that's
sure
good. It could be penalty kill minutes. It could be zone exits, zone denials, pass breakups, block shots, like anything like that.
Well, then there's a case to be made that Jacob Slavin would just win it every single year.
Not necessarily. Like, there's guys that absolutely soak block shots and get shit. Like, look at fucking Dylan DeMello. Obviously, a very shitty off year for him. But, I mean, that guy is the epitome of defensive defenseman,
Yeah, that guy deserves an award.
I'm not going to say it again because you're going to call me crazy.
Dylan
That's my
DeMello.
example.
Did I hear?
I used him as an example as a defensive defenseman.
That guy is literally, I don't even want to talk about him. He's so fucking bad at hockey. He needs to retire at the end of this year.
I'll say that. That's my guy through and through.
I don't want to go to another Jets game and have to watch Dylan DeMello on D.
That's my guy. One other point to this is, do you think they would ever, and would it make sense for, just like offensive and defensive, example, you want to take NFL, there's MVP, there's offensive player, there's defensive player, offensive rookie, defensive rookie. Would it make sense to adopt that in the NHL as well? So you can give your flowers to, a Lane Hudson, Matt Schaefer, a Demidov, XYZ. So again, both guys can get credited for their certain, areas. I think that makes so much sense. And I don't know why that hasn't been adopted.
Yeah. I would 100% agree with that. Yeah, why not? The more the merrier. Like, 100%.
Okay. Well, I'm happy we're in agreement about that.
Talking about awards, who do you think wins the Vezina this year?
Connor Hellebuyck.
Vasilevsky.
I think Vasilevsky. But, like, Sorokin has also been so good.
But his team didn't make playoffs.
I know. That's the hard
Stuart
part.
Skinner.
But that being said, too, you could give the fucking Vezina to Karl Vejmelka in Utah. who's got 35, 36, 37 wins and has brought Arizona to the fucking playoffs for the first time in God knows how long, right? You know, there's obviously a bunch of stuff that goes into the voting, but I don't know. Like, I think that
like,
there's clear candidates every year.
usually when you're looking at like awards at this time of year, it's like, okay,
There's
you
a
got
clear
your top
candidate?
3.
Oh, okay.
What?
Sorry. No. Sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were going a different route.
Like usually you have your top 3, like, or like for like each award kind of locked in. Like usually it'd be like McDavid, Kucherov, McKinnon locked in. That's going to be your 3 finalists for the part. But like this year for the Vezina, it's like who's there? Like Vasilevsky's second in goals against and third in save percentage, but Scott Wedgwood's leading both categories. Like, does he win it?
No. Well, I mean,
He's
maybe.
leading both major goalie categories. He's tied for 9th with 3 shutouts.
But also, it's so tough to look at that because, like, for example, last year with Hellebuck, like, he was a clear reason as to why we were in the position we were. And did we have a good defensive team in front of him? Yes. But he was also such a difference maker that, like he deserved the Vezina and the Hart. But this year, it's like, if you threw anybody not named Scott Wedgwood in his position, would he be as successful as Scott Wedgwood? Probably. Right? Yeah. So it's like, if you play on a crazy good defensive team, chances are you're going to have a really good goaltender, but does that correlate to a Vezina? Probably not. Like,
I don't know. Jari would probably still give up 5.
Jari might give up 5 every game on the fucking Avalanche, to be honest.
He would.
But like, that's not the award. It's just top best goaltender. So like, if you're leading in the 2 major categories,
it's typically like top teams in the NHL. Which, I mean, unless maybe it's Carolina with Bussy, which is kind of an oddball, my assumption would be Vasilevsky wins, and then it rounds out with probably Ottinger, because he's a big name in Dallas, is good. Then
what about Swayman? Swayman, literally, like, Boston was supposed to be like a dumpster fire.
And then Swayman, or maybe even Logan Thompson. Like, I don't think Washington's supposed to be where they are, and they're still pushing for the playoffs. I don't know.
No. Washington should be a contender. They made the playoffs last year.
So did the Jets.
They won the East last year.
So did the Jets, except the West.
How crazy is that John Carlson trade, too, after they're trying to make a playoff push right now, and that the fact that they sold that guy? I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you guys think is going to be, like, I guess we're discussing that right now, but what do you think is going to be the top 3? I haven't really been keeping up with, like, goalie stats. But,
I'm gonna go Vasilevsky, Wedgwood, and Swayman.
So wins leaders right now, it goes Vasi at 38, Vejmelka 37, Ottinger 34, and then Thompson 31, Swayman 30. Save percentage is Wedgwood, Wallstead, Thompson.
No, Vasilevsky's third.
No, Thompson is. And then
Vasilevsky's 913, Thompson's 912.
Yeah,
well then right. StatMuse is wrong. And then goals against leaders are Wedgwood, Vasi, Casey, DeSmith. So I assume Vasilevsky, Ottinger will be 1-2. And then third will be Swayman, Thompson. Maybe Wedgwood gets in there. Maybe Wallstead. I don't know.
Think Wedgwood's going to be a nomination.
I just can't.
He's leading the 2 major categories.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am wrong.
I'm going to go Vasilevsky, Wedgwood,
Ottinger, Swayman. Interesting. Okay. Well, hopefully a brief transition and something that I would like to get both of your thoughts on as well. It has very much been a topic of conversation, and I guess it's a 2-parter. One, the 1-8 to 1-16 playoff format to this new wildcard XYZ, and secondly, 3-2 point system. And the reason I bring this up is the Los Angeles Kings are probably going to make the playoffs because they have 19 extra time losses. Whereas the San Jose Sharks, even the Seattle Kraken, have the same and more amount of wins as them, although they are mathematically eliminated because they don't have as many overtime losses. So the whole idea of a loser point being the difference between getting you in the playoffs and getting you out is dumb. And I think that it should be a 3 for a regulation win, 2 for an overtime win, and then you can keep the overtime loss. But by the end of the season, if you've got all these fucking loser points and another team has more regulation wins, they ultimately trump you. So you're basically being punished for losing in regulation, which is dumb. So I think
And
that should be in
not
effect.
getting credit for winning in regulation.
And so
I think
that
100% it should be a 3-2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was going to be a lot more discourse on that.
No,
No, that's pretty.
that's
That's
pretty
not even really up
standard.
in the air. I think everybody just wants that to
And
happen,
then
except
what-
for Gary Bettman.
Okay, and then what are your thoughts on playoff formats? Do you like what it is? Would you rather 1v?
No, I really hope Edmonton and LA play each other again. That would be sick.
Me too.
Actually,
So would you rather 1v18 or sorry 1v8? So obviously first and west, eighth and
1v18.
west, or would you rather 1v16? And I assume at that point you have crossovers east to west.
I'd rather 1v8. Then you can't do like conference finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. They would never go like. I don't even know if they'll ever go for 1 through 8. Bettman seemed pretty stuck on like he thinks the way this is working.
He just thinks it's like you're building like rivalries in your division and stuff like that, which is kind of stupid. But like I don't know, like especially like in the Atlantic or the Central this year, it's like Montreal and Tampa are going to play, and then Dallas, Minnesota are going to play. It's like
I'm so
that's
excited
just
for a top
crazy.
team to be eliminated in the first round.
Yeah, like
So
let's
dumb.
just go over if it was 1v8, like Carolina would play Philly, Buffalo would play Ottawa, Montreal
Hot
Montreal would play Boston,
Montreal.
Tampa would play Pittsburgh.
Tampa.
So like you get your top 4 teams usually. Let's go to the West, Colorado, LA. Then you got Dallas, Anaheim. Then you got Minnesota, Edmonton, Vegas, Utah.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's just way better like that.
100%.
Then you don't have like Edmonton playing. I shouldn't say Edmonton playing. Edmonton whomping LA 4 years.
Yeah.
No, gentlemen sweeping. You know LA's going up 2-0. This is finally the year. Kempe's got 6 points in 2 games. And then McDavid and Draisaitl are like,
oh shit, we're in the playoffs.
Lock in.
You always get that one picture after they go down 2-0 of Draisaitl and McDavid with their buckets unclipped on the bench looking at each other like that is the picture I need to see.
That's it. Okay, next thing I'd like to talk about, and then we can kind of do stuff after.
Last thing. I mean, 1v16 would be kind of sick. They'll never, like I said, they'll never go for it just because that'd be like a lot of traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
But that would be great looking at like how much better the East is than the West right now.
And just imagine who would be in. Like Detroit would be in.
Yeah.
Columbus would be in. Washington would be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edmonton would not be in.
Yeah, they'll never do it. Just again, because of traveling and whatever, or for whatever reason they wouldn't do it. But that would be very cool if they did.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay. Well, next thing I wanted to talk about. I mean, I would say it's almost guaranteed in the West who's gonna get in. However,
do you want to go through clinching scenarios right now? I haven't pulled up.
That's what I was going to be going to next.
Okay, so Carolina can clinch the East title if they get a point versus Philly, or if the Blackhawks defeat Buffalo in any fashion tonight, okay? So Hurricanes are in. They just want to clinch the East. The Sabres can clinch the Atlantic, which would put a Tampa, Montreal first-round lock. If the Blackhawks... If they defeat the Blackhawks in regulation and any result between Tampa Bay, Detroit, other than a Tampa Bay regulation win. So if the game goes to overtime or Detroit wins in regulation and the Sabres beat the Blackhawks, Flyers can clinch a berth and lock in first-round playoffs versus the Penguins if they defeat the Hurricanes in any fashion. The Ducks will clinch a playoff berth if the San Jose Sharks defeat the Nashville Predators in any position or any fashion. And the Los Angeles Kings can clinch a playoff berth if they defeat the Seattle Kraken in any fashion. and the Sharks defeat the Predators in regulation. So really, it's like LA, Anaheim, and the Flyers can clinch tonight.
Yeah.
So like the whole playoff format could be locked up, or playoff teams could be locked up tonight, because that would take care of Pacific and the second wildcard spot in the West, and then that would take care of Philly in the Metro. Because Washington and Columbus have one game left. They play each other. I think that's tomorrow. So if Washington or Columbus wins that, let me just go back to the standings.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they play tomorrow.
So how the hell do the Jets have 3 left? I mean, I'm not how the hell. I obviously can see why, but that's crazy.
Like lots of teams in the East, like Boston,
so fucked this year.
Boston, Ottawa, Washington, Columbus, New York, New Jersey. They all have 81 games already.
Yeah, like we're not done for another 3 days.
Yeah.
Just another thing about the Jets schedule this year is absolute dog shit. That's honestly, you know what, we were talking Arneal and all that. That might be why we had such a tough year. Our schedule was so bad.
Washington has 93 points and Columbus has 92. They play each other tomorrow. So Washington could get to 95 and Columbus could get to 94. Philly has 2 games left. They play tonight and Wednesday, I think. But they already have 94. So any point, win, they're in.
Yeah,
win and they're in their last 2.
Yeah, if
they lose both in regulation and Washington wins tomorrow against Columbus, then Washington's in.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a Pittsburgh-Philly first round matchup, though.
That would be good.
Crosby dominates Philly, too. So
isn't that fucking crazy that the Penguins are the second in the Metro? Like, what?
And they have Stanley Cup playoff veteran Stuart Skinner in that.
Actually, that was one point.
They might win. They might go all the way.
They might go to the finals.
This is one point I didn't touch on when we were talking Oilers. Do you feel... And I mean, I feel like I got to add a point to this because I know what the answer would be, but do you feel more confident going into this playoff run with Ingram and Jari, however you have a rested Draisaitl, or did you feel more confident last year with Pickard and Stu? Yeah?
Imagine if we could just have a Stu Ingram tandem right now. That'd be awesome.
You know what, man? It's nice to hear you change your stance on the poor guy.
Because it's gonna be okay.
Because Stu is gonna give you a great 5 games, and then he's gonna give you absolute stinkers for 5 games. But Jari's just given us absolute stinkers since January. So yeah, I don't know what to say.
Still cannot believe that was the play. That was the goalie that they went after.
Yeah.
So think that this might be for the better from an entertainment standpoint, because I think McDavid's going to put up like 14 points in like 3 games, because they're going to have to score like 5 goals a game in order to win games.
Oh, yeah. They have
with those guys in that. So I think we're going to see a generational playoff run from Connor McDavid and a rested Leon Draisaitl.
What did he have?
It's going to be really fun to watch.
What did he have last year? Did he have 30? In 20 or something?
Him, Draisaitl, and Bouchard did, I think.
Yeah.
They were all top 3 in the league.
Like, Jari played against Utah, 6 goals against.
Not bad.
Let's go back to March, because that was the last games he played.
At least it wasn't 7.
Yeah, I guess the other game against Utah he only gave up 2.
Okay.
I think he played against Florida, gave up 4. He played against Dallas and gave up 7.
Okay.
He played against Carolina and gave up 6.
Okay.
Let's go to February. He played against LA and gave up. No, that was. He played against Anaheim, I think. Gave up 6. Yeah. So Jari stinks, and the Oilers are going to buy him out at the end of the year.
At least he didn't give up 8 in a game. I mean, there's that, right?
Oh yeah, he only gave up 7 against Dallas. So yeah, that's
okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure we'll do like our playoff predictions probably next podcast next week.
But that's going to be after the first weekend.
It will. So yeah, that was going to be my question.
When
will the playoffs start?
It'll be Saturday. It always starts the Saturday after the regular season ends.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the regular season ends on Thursday. Do you want to just do like a playoff prediction on Friday? hop on for a
Yeah,
quick
we
playoff
could do an
prediction?
emergency pod on Friday.
Yeah, just quick
Yeah.
playoff prediction.
Yeah, man.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say was like looking at the East right now, I love all these matchups. I think they're gonna be super fun to watch. But yeah, no, like Carolina, Ottawa. Ottawa's barn will be rocking. I'm sure Carolina will probably. Well, I guess according to you, Ottawa's gonna win that. But like Buffalo in the playoffs against Boston, that'll be really good. Montreal, Tampa, and then Pittsburgh, Philly. That's actually like one of the more exciting East first rounds I've seen in a long time.
I think the
in my
Tampa
opinion.
Montreal series will be fucking awesome. If that's what gets
That'll
locked
be
in.
super fun.
I really wanted to see a Buffalo Tampa first round. Would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That would have
Dude,
been fun.
those games against those two teams this year have been so fun to watch.
Yeah, but I hope that's the second round.
Yeah.
And then looking over at the West, I mean, yeah,
Dallas,
it's better.
Minnesota's
I mean,
locked in.
that'll be fucking nutso. That'll be
Yeah.
insane. I think their game the other day was pretty crazy.
I think
what I saw.
Colorado, LA will be a matchup. And
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
So Edmonton gets
Hopefully.
Vegas?
Edmonton, we get
No,
Anaheim or
no,
Utah,
Anaheim,
probably.
Vegas, Utah. So those are not bad.
I mean, Anaheim could still
Dallas
win the
and
division.
Minnesota.
Anaheim has 2 games left. They're tied with the Oilers.
Yeah.
So.
So overall, it's looking like a pretty fun playoff matchup. If Edmonton gets LA again, I'm
my
gonna kill
perfect.
myself, but
No.
I guess I shouldn't say
It's-
that. Sorry. To our top
It's-
listeners.
it-
Sorry,
my-
TikTok. Don't ban me.
Ideally, it would be Edmonton, Utah in the first round, and then Anaheim beats Vegas, and then Edmonton, Anaheim second round, and then we get whomped in the conference final. But
Who do you want in the conference final? Minnesota?
probably Colorado.
Really?
We play best against Colorado. We play really bad against Minnesota and have for years, and then Dallas. We always play good against Dallas in the playoffs, but I don't.
Well,
think
you want
this
to talk
year.
about another possible Vezina candidate, Wallstead?
I don't know if he's got the juice this year.
No.
Yeah.
Not that
I
they
think
fall-
future.
Yeah.
I think future. But it's
Yeah.
crazy that they like want to trade him for a 2C or a 1C.
Yeah, they need one bad. More than the Jets would do for
Well,
a 2C.
who even
We
is
know that.
who is their 1C right now?
Matt Boldy.
He's wing, isn't he?
Really?
I'm almost
Pretty
positive
sure.
he plays wing.
Yeah. No, he's wing with Kaprizov. Or wait.
They're
Or no,
both
Boldy's second line.
Yeah, because it's
Kaprizov and Zuccarello, and then Eriksson is
Eriksson
usually
is
in the middle.
1C.
Yeah. Terrible. And then it's either like Hartman or
I think it's Hartman.
No, Hartman's a winger.
Really?
they switched up.
Yeah.
Is it like
Who would go
Yakov Trenin?
Yakov Trenin.
Disgusting.
That's terrible.
Okay, I got
Anyways.
I got 2 more points quickly to wrap up unless you guys have anything else. First one, wish we could have seen it because I think they actually would have broken through. But NHL legend, 2-time Stanley Cup winner Jonathan Quick is retiring after his final game today or tomorrow.
Today. He's playing Florida right now.
Is he? Yeah. All I'm saying
I'm
is that
watching it.
if Jonathan Quick was in net versus Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton would not have won as many years in a row. He was a fucking legend. And those 2 cup runs were honestly awesome. I think they won both as the 8 seed.
Yeah.
He was always unbelievable. Actually, he might be a 3-time. He might have won with Vegas in 23. But anyway, regardless. And then last point
Couple
is
clicks for Quick's
couple
career.
clicks.
Yeah, awesome career.
Last point, not official, as there was a lot left kind of on the table, but could we have possibly seen the last of Ovechkin versus Crosby?
That was what I was gonna bring up.
You think
He
that
waved
he's
people
done?
off. I don't know,
I think
man.
he's
He
done.
waved people off the ice last night, right? Or 2 nights ago?
Yeah, but
They were going to do the line, and then he said no. And then there's a clip on 32 Thoughts as well. A reporter asked Ovechkin, she's like, "Is this it? Are you coming back?" And he said something along the lines of "I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out," or something like that. And then I think a reporter asked Malkin what he thought. Malkin said, "I think he's going to come back," but it was
but
kind
Malkin's
of
retiring, isn't he?
No,
I thought he
not
came out at the
this
start of the
year.
year and said Malkin said he was retiring.
No, I think honestly, I think Letang, Crosby, and Malkin will all go at the same time. But they kind of did like everything as they should, except officially saying goodbye. Like they did the face-off at center ice, which was such a cool moment. And I think like
Did you see Strome after the game?
well, that's what I was gonna say, because 32
So-
thoughts, and everybody said that the ref
Yeah,
intentionally
so-
threw him out, but Strome,
No.
it looked
So-
as though
so
Strome
Strome-
purposely did it.
Strome was coming to the center ice, and
Mhm.
ref pulled him aside and said, "Hey, get an early jump here. I'm going to throw you out. Let Ovi take the last face-off or the opening face-off against Crosby."
That's cool.
And then yeah, like he blew the whistle and like kind of like faked his hand, and Strome did the big like fake like trying to win it or whatever, and like instantly he skated right over to Ovi and tapped him. So Ovi went in and Crosby snaps it back. They go down, get a good scoring opportunity.
Did
and
you
then
hear?
After
Apparently,
the game,
I don't know if Ovi was mic'd up or not, but did you hear what he said?
No.
He came up to the draw and he was like, Sid, I need one. Give me one. or something like that.
Yeah. Strome was like, yeah, I forget which ref it was, but he's like, yeah, the ref came up and talked to me about it before, and he's
That's
like,
cool.
Good thing they didn't score off it. They got a really good chance off it.
Good for that ref. That's a really cool thing to do.
But yeah, I saw a tweet today also. It says, Quick gone, Ryan Miller gone, Carey Price gone, Pecorini gone, Tim Thomas gone, Tuukka Rask gone, Broder gone, Crawford gone, Luongo gone, Lundqvist gone, Fleury gone. Our childhood is over.
Basically.
It's just like, dude, that
JT's still kicking though, man.
era of goaltending is just like,
oh, sorry,
that's
insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
and actually, speaking of, Bobby Lou apparently is a candidate for the Toronto GM role. That's crazy, hey? Roberto Luongo. Sorry, I always say Bobby.
Oh,
Lou.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he
I saw
does
that.
the
They're
Jets
interviewing like
reporting?
three parts of the Panthers management for.
Which must just be a kick in the dick for MLSE, man.
Did you see who's taking over for Team Canada at the World Championships this year? It's Brad Treliving and Jason Spezza. And then once Pittsburgh's out of the playoffs, Kyle Dubas is going to go in and help them.
That's cool.
So,
although kind of crazy, like that means Dubas obviously doesn't have faith that they can get to the cup. Because doesn't the World Championship start before? But anyway, whatever. Yeah. So I guess final thoughts, predictions on Ovi versus Sid. Is Ovi retiring?
Yeah.
I say no.
He's going to go back to Russia.
I hope
he's going to
not.
go back to Russia and play 3 more years in Russia and have the time of his life sitting on the top of the circle, taking one-timers. Like,
kind of sounds like you, man.
Yeah. Except, I don't know, a little more defensive. A little more defensive than Ovi. Just the offensive side of the game.
I have a follow-up question. Do you guys think that they'll retire number 8 from the league or
No.
just from the Washington Capitals?
Just the Capitals.
I think that they should do the league.
I think 99 is
think so
the
too.
only number that can be retired.
I think that the benchmark should be if you break
87 and 97 will be retired.
I don't think so.
Break a Gretzky record, you deserve your number retired.
I
think that's very fair.
87 might.
87 and 97 are so like, I don't know anybody. Well, I guess Kaprizov has 97, but I don't know many people. Like nobody else wears 87, so you could do that. 88's another one.
It's
like
just
Patrick
such
Kane.
a common number.
I know wears it, but 8, yeah, exactly. 8's so common.
Yeah.
Like that would be a tough one to just retire, but I think they should.
I think, if you break a Gretzky record in any kind, you should get your number retired, especially goals.
I mean,
do you know how fucking crazy it is?
Number retired.
Do you know how crazy it is to score 900 fucking goals in the NHL? Dude, he's a 30 goal scorer again, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
Did Lemieux ever?
No.
I guess not. 66? Because Yager also wore that, right?
Yager wore 68.
Oh, he was 68. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did we lose Graham? I think so.
What? No, you didn't.
How many goals does he have?
I also don't think that they will. Just again,
he's got 929 goals. Do you think he would have to play 2 more years for sure? Yeah, I can see you, Graham. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, now I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're back.
he would have to play, I think, 3 more years. Like 70 goals to get to 1,000 goals. I think that's the only way he would stay in the NHL. And I don't think he would play 3 more years.
He could totally do fucking 35 and 35, man. He's got 35 this year. Let me go take a fucking peek here.
He's got 32 this year and had 44 last year.
And look at his minutes too. Oh, I fucking lost me again. Oh wait, no, I'm back.
We can hear you.
No, you're back.
Okay. Dude, look at his minutes again too. Like, I could be wrong. I don't think that he took a single defensive zone face-off the entire year.
He did one.
One?
We got one like 2 games ago or 3 games ago. And also, Troy Terry took his first threw his first hit of the season yesterday.
I saw that too.
He had 2 last night.
I saw that too. That's fucking hilarious.
2 more than Kyle Connor. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think what makes me think he might retire now thinking about it is the John Carlson move, getting rid of him. Ovi was super dejected after they got rid of him.
Yeah,
and so if there's any like move from the Washington Capitals, like GM saying like our time is done, it's probably that one. But that being said, they're still in a hunt for a playoff spot. So I don't know. I think as long as they're competitive, like Ovi will stay. But I don't know. And like you just said, he's still got 32 goals this year. He's still playing a ton. Like, why wouldn't he? But
yeah,
who knows? It'll be interesting to see. It'll be a sad day when he's gone, though. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, should we do predictions for the next week?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
I predict that Jaeger scores tonight. I'll do that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'd like that.
I
Cool.
predict that.
You guys watch, go ahead.
I predict that McDavid will also get to 140 points.
What is he at now? 137?
133.
133.
140. That's crazy.
That's 3 goals, 4 assists. That gets him to 50 and 90.
That's fucking that's Mick shit, man. That's easy.
That's not happening.
McKinnon's probably gonna run Ingram again tonight. Get a 10
Get McDavid
game
fired up.
10 game Sussby. McDavid's gonna go score 3 goals tonight.
I believe it.
Be sick. Yeah, I could see that. Anyways, you guys watched the golf yesterday?
I did. I would have loved to see a Scotty Rory playoff. Looking back,
I would have loved to see a Justin. I would have loved to see a Justin Rose win.
I also agree with that too.
That. Yeah,
I feel so bad for him. Also, very quick before we start getting a little bit long here, but there's been so much talk, at least from what I've seen on the Twitter, about how insanely shit the CBS coverage was in the last round yesterday. They completely just lost track of McIlroy's second shot on 18, and then wait, can you hear me?
Halfway through that,
I heard CBS coverage.
Coverage
damn it. Okay, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick then. CBS coverage shit. They lost McIlroy's second shot on 18. They lost Cam Smith's shot on 18. They didn't give us a single second of Haotong Lee's quintuple bogey on the 13th.
Yeah.
The images coming out of him standing in the bush like Slenderman are unfucking believable, and I'm so mad that we missed that. I can continue on, but I'll let you guys take it because I might cut out again, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, you're 100% right.
Rory just turns into can't lose the Masters now.
Dude, when he piped that drive into the woods on 18, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get a playoff.
Yeah.
That looked exactly like me. He banana sliced that thing right into the woods.
And he's like,
it wasn't even a lick of a chance of bouncing out. That was in there.
The thing is, he's the best draw golfer on the tour. Like,
no. Oh, I guess I was going to say DeChambeau, but I guess DeChambeau isn't on the tour. But like DeChambeau spot.
Okay, let's say Rory's an unbelievable draw golfer, and then he just slices the ball. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's just nerves, man.
Crazy.
That's nerves. I was thinking about that. It's like, man, you think about Cam Smith. He's got a 3-shot lead on 13. It's like, yeah, how do you lose that tournament? Brother, I would be pooping and peeing myself with every step that I take. If it's a Sunday afternoon, I've got 30 million people watching me, and I'm about to beat Rory at the Masters. Oh my God!
But you also take 5-foot.
I'm going scratch. I'm going scratch this year. Is what you mean to say?
You also take 5-foot gimmies, and then
I don't want to hear
actually putt it, and then miss it. You're like, so it's a gimme anyways. So
I don't want to hear it all. Alrighty. I don't want to hear
And
it
no
at all.
mulligans if you're
Good
going
pod. Good
scratch.
pod. I'm going scratch this year. Alrighty, Kay, that's it for me. You guys have anything else?
Okay, I guess we're good.
All
right.
Do you have anything else, Anton?
No, it's fine.
Well, no. If you got something,
No, you sure?
No, it's over.
What?
We're good. No, nothing. I
Let's
was
hear it.
just gonna keep talking about Rory, but no, it's all good.
Go, man.
Go.
I was literally no, it's not that deep. I was just gonna say that like is good that he ended up slicing it that far because then he had a lane to hook it around into the bunker, which was a great shot by him.
Yeah,
but that
that's
was
true.
literally all I
Also,
was gonna say.
I
So
didn't realize that like golfers purposely put balls in bunkers now just because it's like they're so good out of bunkers. They'll take that over a bad lie like greenside.
Who did that?
yeah. Well, man, they
like,
were
that's-
doing that
that's
on
just-
18, like a ton. They were just putting
Apparently-
it into those two bunkers on the left.
Apparently a bunch of like all the pro golfers just purposely put it in bunkers so then they don't get like a roll onto like a hill or something where they have a bad lie for a greenside chip.
Yeah.
That is next
And
level.
like they're just so good out of the bunkers now that it doesn't phase them.
That's next level. I couldn't imagine.
Crazy.
Christ.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That's all I had.
I love it. Great pod.
Great pod,
Electric
guys.
as always.
Sad things that sand hills